Hello everyone, it's Timothy2009 and I'm finally back with yet a new MLP video. And now the time has finally come. So we're going to be taking a look at the 4 Symbiote Studios plushies that I got for Christmas last year. And we've already done like Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash already, as well as the Starlight and Trixie videos. But as you know, I've gotten a new Starlight plush, which I'm super excited to review. And I think she's very cute. As well as all the other plushies.
She has really big eyes.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to do things a bit differently here, since we've already, went from third favorite to favorite of my top 3 of the main 6. Now we're doing the top 3 that, well, I actually do love Rarity and Applejack as much as Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash. As you all know, Twilight is my least favorite pony of all time, but I do like her most of the time, so I respect your opinion if you say that Twilight is your favorite pony. I mean, we all have our own, personal favorite character and least favorite. And as you all know, Rarity is Mr. Incredible's least favorite pony. But I do like Rarity, and I'm sure a few other people do as well. Though I understand if people don't like her. But now, so we're gonna go from my 4th favorite pony to my 6th least favorite pony. And then we'll do Starlight Glimmer last. And then if we have time, I'll try to give my suggestions out to Symbiote Studios because I want them to make more characters, and I would love to see them make millions of money, because I bet they'll make a great profit. I bet these ponies are already selling like crazy, since a couple of them are sold out at the time. But Starlight is still available to those who want her. And
oh, she is?
Yeah,
oh, I didn't know it was. I haven't paid attention to see what's sold out or not.
Coincidentally, Starlight Glimmer came out December, so I got her for Christmas. And that was super lucky. I've already said, I think this would be a perfect Christmas gift. Especially for those of you who have Trixie plush and want to add Starlight Glimmer to the group. Since they're both a duo.
Do you have 7 symbiote now?
Yeah, 7. Now, I don't know what type of character it's going to make next. If I had to guess, they would probably make someone like Derpy or Luna or Spike or the Cutie Crusaders, which would definitely be...
How many do they have available that you don't have?
Well, the only one I'm missing is Lyra Heartstrings.
That's the only one you don't have is Lyra?
Yeah, no. I would get Trixie, but I already like this one more, and Mr. Incredible inspired me to get this.
Does Symbiote have a Trixie?
Yes, but she doesn't have the same cute half-lidded eye face now.
Gotcha.
The prototype actually did have the half-lidded eyes, but not the cat smile, and I wish that they, used the prototype face and didn't give her...
with the big eyes?
Yeah.
No.
I wish they gave her the half-lidded eyes so that she would look more different compared to the other plushies. Because all of them, well, with the exception of Fluttershy and Rarity, they all have the same type of eyes. And they all have the same basic smile. Alright. Now, I'm just talking, about a few certain things. So, let's get to the main focus. So, here we have the country girl herself, Applejack.
Oh.
Which I'm sure that a lot of people seem to like, especially NeoFan18.
We're gonna make her a denim jacket? Is that
yeah,
right, for her winter clothes?
Now, we were making winter clothes for Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash. Fluttershy's just missing her earmuffs, and her coat, or her sweater isn't properly attached yet, but who knows, we might add buttons to it one day. And we just have to do Twilight, Rarity, and Applejack, and I think we'll be done. Now, Applejack doesn't really have that much to her character, but I still like her a lot, and I do think she's better than Rarity and Twilight both, since Applejack doesn't usually act out that much. Yeah, she is a bit stubborn sometimes, and I think that's one of her few character flaws. Now, I don't think Applejack has really any unlikable moments for me, personally. I just thought she was the funniest pony in Season 1. Applejack does also have a few other funny lines from the other seasons, but I think Season 1 is where she peaks the most. Now, the reason I like Pinkie Pie more than her is because Pinkie Pie is more cute. She has a cute voice, and she's very random, and she's so energetic.
Very enthusiastic.
I do love Pinkie Pie a lot, as well as Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash. But as you know, Rainbow Dash is best pony in my opinion. But hey, to be fair, Applejack is voiced by the same person who voices Rainbow Dash. So I think that's very amazing. Ashley Ball I'm surprised that she can do a great raspy voice and a country accent both at the same time. She also voices Lyra Heartstrings as well. Alright, so now I don't think Applejack has any unlikable moments, like I said. Like, yes, she's a bit stubborn sometimes, but she's very nice most of the times. Like, she's very honest, which is a fact because she's the element of honesty, and honesty is the best policy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think Applejack has only told like one lie, unless you count the Return of Harmony. But when Applejack was a filly, she told a lie about Granny Smith being sick and almost got Big Macintosh like killed. I think because like I think Granny Smith was about to use like a certain tool on him, like just like explain what apple blight is.
In what season?
Season 6, my personal favorite season of all time, and I think you can all guess why. But yeah, I want to know what your favorite season is. I know season 4 is Mr. Incredibly's favorite, but what is your favorite season? For me, it's season 6, and one day I do plan on talking about why that is in another video. Like, I did promise I was going to do a review on My Little Pony, but I still have not done it yet. But I feel like season 6 will be a perfect time. But anyways, Where the Apple Lies is already one of my favorite episodes because of the whole backstory of Applejack's childhood, like where she did tell a lie. Just like show Apple Bloom that's not right to tell lies. Because it can get people into trouble.
Is Apple Bloom her little sister?
Yes, she was like introduced in season 1, and I do remember there was one episode named Bridal Gossip, which is probably one of the funniest episodes.
Instead of idle gossip, it's bridal gossip.
In my opinion, like
those puns.
I mean, it does sound like a bit of a dark concept with the whole poison joke, but it's sort of funny, like especially with the different like curses that these poisons like had, like yeah, Harity, Rainbow Crash, Spitty Pie, Apple Tea, and my personal favorite Flutter Guy, and then Twilight Flopple. Like, I'm sorry, like I could go on and on talking about how hilarious that episode is, but that's not the subject. We're talking about the Applejack started episodes, like, but to be fair, she was in them as well as Apple Bloom. Like, when we first meet her, she introduces her whole entire Apple family to Twilight, and then including Apple Bloom, who would later become one of the Cutie Mark Crusaders in episode 12. But it was nice that Apple Bloom got some of her own episodes where Schooler and Sweet Belle weren't introduced yet. And I would really love to see them make Apple Bloom at some point, because I bet she would be super cute.
And make it smaller, or do you that size?
And make her smaller. She's a filly.
Right.
So she's a bit younger than the...
Maybe they'll do a smaller line with all the little ones.
Yeah, and I would love to make Babs Seed, as much as most people don't like her, but to be fair, I do hate the episode 1 Bad Apple. Like, that was the worst episode of season 3, in my opinion. Like, if you want a better Babs Seed episode, watch Apple Family Reunion, because at least Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon aren't there. And I would love to see them make Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon at some point, like, because Diamond Tiara has improved on me since season 5, Crusaders of the Lost Mark. Not like Raiders of the Lost Ark, but the title is just very similar. And I would also love to see Granny Smith and Big Mac be made as well, like Big Macintosh. And I do love him as well as a character. Like, he's probably one of my favorites as well. Definitely in my top 20. And Granny Smith. And Pear Butter and Bright Mac, which is the episode called The Perfect Pair, where they first meet and shows how they like became together, and like then they got married, and that's how like Applejack, Apple Bloom, Big Mac were created. I mean, if you know like how one person is made in the universe, like
9 minutes.
Alright, I've just been talking about at least a few other episodes, like, but I do think we're doing good so far, so.
Yep.
Now, I think Where the Apple Lies gave me an appreciation to Filthy Rich and Spoiled Rich, because I hate them as characters. Like, in my opinion, they are the worst parents in My Little Pony. Because...
Who's their kid?
Diamond Tiara. They're basically a rich family who just talk about money and, like, show off how rich they are. Like, especially Spoiled Rich and Applejack stay off. Like, when she talks about having her own mansion, like, it's just basically your cliche, like, rich people type of stuff. But Filthy Rich actually has a connection to Applejack's farm. Like, he has, like, he works for them. Like, they give him cider as well as Zap Apple Jam, which I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
And then Apple Bloom tells a lie that she gave Filthy Rich apple cider instead of, like, when he was supposed to get Zap Apple Jam. She just lied about that. And then Graysmith tells the story of how Applejack told a lie about her being sick and almost got everyone in the hospital. Like, I think Applejack had to do a very good job, like, distracting Spoil Rich and Filthy Rich and, like, trying to get Graysmith out of the way, like, disguising her as one of the nurses, like, putting, like, this type of, like, uniform on her, like. And I think this episode explains why Big Mac doesn't really say anything anymore. Like, all he says is yep and nope. Which can be funny sometimes, but I do like it when he, like, speaks full sentences whenever he's, like, sad or, like...
Or when he was in the beauty contest.
Or, like, when Starlight used her magic on him. Which is still the funniest scene from No Second Princess, by the way. And I'm still very excited to talk about Starlight, because she really means a lot.
Are you doing all those in this video, or just this one?
Just this one.
Okay.
I mean, I can't talk about all the ponies at once, because we would be here all day.
That's what I was wondering, because you're at 11.
And
okay.
that's why I had to separate Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash, and they all had to have their own videos.
Gotcha.
And I think Pinkie Pie had the one with the most effort involved in it. But, I mean, if I run out of time to say, like, more stuff about Applejack, I'll just go ahead and talk about the plushie, like, when we reach, like, the 18-minute mark.
Okay.
So, I think I'll talk more about Applejack's personality. So, she's very honest, like, I don't think she's ever, like, been that big of a jerk to certain ponies, unless you count the episode Honest Apple, where she was way too honest about fashion, and she did make Rarity cry.
Aww.
So, I mean, you do really empathize with these ponies, like, considering that My Little Pony has a huge impact on people with high-functioning autism, and there's just a strong connection to the world and its characters, and I do empathize with Starlight and Rainbow Dash, because I don't like it when people call her Rainbow Crash,
Right.
as I've already said in the episode Newbie Dash, but I could understand most people liking it for the story that it was written in. Like, I think it was written to, like, show how Rainbow Dash, what happens when Rainbow Dash shows off, and
Yeah.
what it will do to her, like, if she, like, shows off, and I think it teaches her, like, not to show off, but, I mean, it's not a bad message, although in execution, I do think it would have been better if they just cut out the Rainbow Crash parts. I mean, I understand, like, if the nickname actually makes sense, because Rainbow Dash crashes a lot. But, I mean, that's not what I'm talking about. But she is voiced by the same person who voices Applejack, so, I mean, that's already pretty impressive. Like, the way a voice actor plays more than one character. Same with a lot of other actors, as well as in Thomas and Friends. Since you've got, like, Carrie Shell voicing James and a few other engines as well. And he also voices Gordon and Diesel. Excuse me, but anyways, there are a few other Applejack-centered episodes that I do like, but then there's some episodes that people aren't a fan of, like Some Pony to Watch Over Me, since Applejack was way too overprotective for Apple Bloom, since she leaves her home alone, but she's worried that she's gonna, like, get in trouble and, like, something bad's gonna happen to her.
Isn't
So
she in the one where they try to combine the family traditions between two
Yeah,
families?
Hearthbreakers.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
What? Oh, you like how...
Well, she's kind of bossy. She's trying to get that family to do everything her family does.
I mean, you might, like, have a lot of hot takes here.
I have a lot of hot takes, you're right.
But, to be fair, No Second Princess and Brow Gossip are, like, your favorite episodes.
Yeah.
So, I'm just wondering, like, what might happen next. You might have, like, who knows, maybe my mom might have a lot more hot takes, but we all have our own opinions on My Little Pony.
Yep.
That's just a fact. That's
true.
what makes us unique and special.
And there's so many different things that
And
we
yes,
can talk about.
I know a lot of you aren't the biggest fans of My Little Pony. I understand, but I respect your opinion, just as long as you love Thomas and Friends. Or unless you're not a fan of that either, but I just do like... But Thomas and Friends is what gets me all the views. But if you guys like my content, please consider subscribing. And if you're not a big fan, that's alright. I'm not, like, trying to bash your opinions and everything. Just whatever makes you happy. So anyways, continuing with Applejack, yes, there are a few bad Applejack appearances, like Non-Compete Clause, because it's like the sequel to Fall Weather Friends.
What is non-compete clause?
I don't know what kind of title that is. At first I thought it was Non-Complete Cause.
No, non-compete clause is a real thing in real life. Like, if you have a business with a partner and you break up your partnership, a non-compete clause says they can immediately start a similar business and steal your customers.
I mean, I thought it was like Non-Complete Cause.
No, non-compete.
That would have been like a more interesting title.
It would be interesting if they did a play on words and made it non-complete cause instead of compete clause.
The reason why people don't like that one is because Applejack already learned in season 1, like, not to be competitive with Rainbow Dash. And I know people aren't the biggest fan of, like, when a character learns the same lessons over and over again.
Right.
Like, Rainbow Dash constantly learning not to be a jerk.
Well, there's so many different things they could do.
Like when she complains about Tank hibernating and starts crying and throwing a hissy fit. And she tries to sabotage Winter.
Tank is the turtle?
Yeah, Tank is the turtle. And
she didn't want it to hibernate?
yeah, like, I know Rainbow Dash isn't one of the nicest few people.
Was she trying to get it out?
No, she didn't want him to go to sleep forever, like, until spring, because she wanted to spend time with him, because she's so loyal.
So what'd she do?
Well, when Fluttershy told Rainbow Dash that her was going to be petless, she just completely started crying and bawling her eyes out. And then Fluttershy, Rarity, and Pie joined in on crying as well. It was just a complete crying fest.
Girls do that sometimes. Well, at least she didn't mess with him trying to get him back out.
But Applejack also cries on the inside. Now, she does tear up a little bit, but she doesn't actually, like, start sobbing.
Sobbing, yeah.
Yeah, like, sometimes the ponies will tear up, like Starlight, but I don't think I've ever seen her actually sobbing. Now, that would have been, like, cute, because, like, one of my favorite moments in My Little Pony, in terms of voice acting, is when a pony starts crying. Like,
and they make, like, tears just fall out of Pinkie Pie, and one of the ones you showed me had tears just flying out of her eyes.
And for some reason, Rarity's makeup turns black when she, like...
Because the mascara runs. Yeah,
because the mascara runs down her eyes.
That happens to girls or people who wear
makeup.
If they don't wear it waterproof.
Especially Rarity.
When you cry, it just... Yeah, some breeds are worse than others. That's fine.
Although, Applejack does have a nice relationship to other ponies, and especially in Applebuck's season. Where she's...
You're at 17.
Okay, I think we'll talk about one more episode here. So, I want to address Applejack's day off, because it's one of the more interesting Applejack episodes. So,
day off of what?
Day off from working all the farm all the time.
Gotcha.
Because she works at Sweet Apple Acres most of the times, but she does go on adventures with her friends. So that's why I
So she has some time off too.
Now, the problem with her is that Rarity and Applejack never had any time to, like, stay at the spa and, like, have a relaxation time, because who doesn't like going to the spa? It's
right, as all horses do.
It's a nice place. But Rarity and Applejack haven't had any time to, like, get any massages or anything, because Applejack had to, like, waste all her time working on this farm. Like, I don't know if she gets paid to do it, or if she, like, just does it.
Or gets to live there.
She lives there, so she has to, like, take care of all her animals, but the way she does her chores is just very slow, and, like, she never realized that she was, like, fixing things that weren't problems.
Right.
And that's the same thing with the spa. When Applejack and Rarity finally go to the spa, tries to, like, look after the farm for them, which is a nice thing. Like, she's very generous for doing that. So that's one of the few times I actually did like Twilight Sparkle. And it was nice seeing Rainbow Dash at the spa. That's my favorite moment in the episode.
That's the one where the farm has the cute little barns that I like, right?
Yeah.
I love those.
She does have a bunch of animals like pigs and chickens. Although she makes a very long list of how to feed the pigs, but it doesn't make any sense. Like,
it's too
complicated.
The way
how people normally do it.
Right.
Like, the way Applejack does her chores is pretty peculiar and obscure.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think the whole moral of the episode is, like, having someone with an outside eye, like, helping out. Like,
so I'm assuming Rarity taught her an easier way to do it?
Yes. Like, there's this whole montage of Applejack doing her chores normally, but Rarity and Twilight think of faster solutions.
Right.
And then when finally, like, Applejack has more time to herself, she and Rarity finally go to the spa.
Because she's not spending so much time doing the complicated choring.
I don't know if Applejack is ever stressed out, like, doing work. Like, she must be pretty happy doing it, considering that she's from the country. And she has a nice country accent as well. But however, the spa actually does have problems of their own. Like, their steam can't build up fully because of the leakage in their pipe, which they did not notice. And every pony has been using a bunch of towels, like, to, like, get them super steamed.
Right.
While they're waiting for the steam, because they get cold.
Oh.
So, like, because, like, there's a huge line waiting, like...
Is part of the spa outdoors?
Yeah. No, they're indoors.
Oh.
And then Rarity suggests that they do something else, but Applejack is way too stubborn, and she really wants that steam so bad. So she wastes all their time fixing the pipe. Like, she wastes the whole hour, which makes Rarity upset.
Right. And
then Applejack has to go back to do her chores. And then that's when she realizes that she's been fixing things that aren't really problems, and that her friends had an outside eye to, like, help her, like, get her chores done faster.
Right.
And then she went to the spa, so I congratulate both her and Rarity for doing that.
Okay, you've got 1 minute left if you want to, or 2 if you want to talk about the plush.
Alright, let's not waste any more time and talk about this plushie. So,
it's very well made.
It's very well made. Like, do I really need to say anything else except that's well made? It's super soft and squishy.
Do some close-ups. See. Yeah, it's like velvety soft.
Like-
the fabric they use, and it's super quality fabric.
I feel like people should use velvet more often, because velvet
And
is a very
these are
nice
all
fabric.
bordered.
And bordered eyes and bordered cutie mark. The hat's made of a nice material. Now, one thing I would actually like if the hat was detachable, so like you could have her without it, because I think Applejack looks
Is it
way
just
cuter without the hat.
tacked? Yeah, it's just tacked. We can untack it if you want. It's just
I mean-
hooked on with one little thread there.
I thought about buying a second Applejack plush just to review the hat, to like remove the hat, but I mean we could probably make the hat detachable, but I would still like to give her winter clothes because I think that would make her pop out
We'll
more.
look at her hat when we do that. Okay,
So, and I do love the embroidered
let me see the
freckles.
bottom of her paws.
And I do love the coloring
Is
because
there anything on the bottom?
she's a very nice little tangerine color.
Yeah, the video's not showing the exact color. She's a little more orangier
And
in real life.
I do love the
than
light
she
yellow hair.
is in the video.
Now the braids are more interesting because they're actually part of the body. Like I thought they would be like red ribbons, but they're just like attached.
Oh yeah, they sewed it on there. That's kind of cool.
Although it just kind of flails around.
Yeah.
Same with the tail. Alright, so that was Applejack. Overall, I think this one actually turned out amazing, like as much as the Pinkie Pie video. So that's pretty impressive. So thanks for watching this video, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing if you want. I mean, just whatever like makes you happy. Like, if you aren't the biggest fan of my content, that's okay. Just like, we all just have our own opinions, and we should learn to respect them sometimes. So if you're looking forward to the Rarity and Twilight and Starlight videos, please tell me in. I will do more Thomas and Friends content for you. So thanks for watching, and look forward to more videos. Bye!